Yo, what's up, AD team? Awesome, back again with another video. And today I am doing something a little bit different. We're gonna be rating and reviewing and critiquing some of you guys' dating app messages, AKA your game, AKA your Riz. All right, so I posted a post on my community post and I was like, yo guys, send me your dating app messages. I wanna see like what's been going on, how you've been guys been using the advice I've been preaching over the past year or 2 years or so. And so we're gonna figure it out, and also I'm gonna give a rating. All right, so subscribe, like, let's go ahead and get into the first message. All right, so this first message he maxed with a girl named Lex. She is 19, hospital information receptionist, and she lives in Boston. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. Not gonna lie, you and I might look good together, haha. All right, so not a bad first message. I probably would have avoided the haha at the end. You know, I'm just saying a lot of guys use haha or LOL just naturally whenever they message, and they do it to kind of make the message less aggressive. But for this, I just would have avoided it, kind of set the tone, that masculine tone from the very beginning. But she said, why might? And then he says, depending on how tall you are, how tall are you? So not to be too nitpicky, but that's like a redundant sort of message there. Like, depends on how tall are you? How tall are you? Like, depends on how tall you are, then how tall are you? I would have just left how tall are you out of there. I would have said, depends on how tall you are and we can find out. I would have said something like that. And then she said 5'3", you? All right, so we're getting some good investment back. Whenever a girl decides to, ask questions back, obviously that is a good sign of some sort of investment from her part, because she could have just very well said 5'3". And then he said, then yeah, I think we look good together. I'm 5'11". We should go bowling sometime. All right, so what's wrong with here is that one, it's a triple message. Two, you're going for a hard close relatively fast without any sort of comfort building, any sort of investment on her part besides to messaging. Like, you're closing a little bit too fast. But before we get to that, then yeah, I think we'd look good together. I would have been a little bit more teasy, meaning like, in that case, maybe we could work something out. It depends on how you are in person though. That's how I would have set it up for like the soft close and then the hard close if I'm sending the date up on the dating app. But he said we should go bowling sometime, and that's a triple message. At least if I would have went for the hard close, I would have waited till she messaged again, but he decided to do it all three. And also I would not have revealed how tall I am. I would have made her question that so I can get more investment from her, because she would have been like, hey, or what about you? How tall are you? And then from there, slowly gathering more investment from her. But right there, you just kind of revealed it without her even asking. She said, you enjoy bowling? Red flag. And the reason why it's a red flag, because she didn't give a direct answer, yes or no. So I think the reason is because once again, you went too fast for the hard close. You can tell she still has some sort of a guard up by not answering like yes or no, sure. Because if you would have built a little bit more investment and comfort before going for the hard close, it would have been like, yeah or no. But she asked, you enjoy bowling? He said, absolutely. I think it's quite obvious that he might enjoy bowling given that he's asking her out on a date. But he just said, absolutely. And he said, you don't? She said, I kind of suck, but we can play. I noticed this about any first date, whether it be playing pool, going bowling, any sort of activity, most girls usually aren't good at it, right? Golf, whatever you want to do, most girls are just gonna suck at it. For me personally, I just assume that the girl's gonna be bad. And for some girls, they have nails, and so they don't like to go bowling. That's why I never really choose bowling as like a first date. I prefer something a little bit more like pool or drinks, something classy and sexy in the nighttime, because we know what happens in the nighttime. But she said, I kind of suck, but we can play. So, okay, she's agreeing to it. And he said, bet I'll hit you up on IG. Bam. So here's the thing. Here's what's wrong with this is that I feel like he closed the date a little too fast. She said, I kind of suck, but we can play. So she doesn't sound like too excited or enthusiastic to actually go out on a date and play bowling with him. If anything, I can guarantee you 80% chance this girl is gonna flake on him and it's probably not gonna go through anywhere. And then from there, he said, bet I'll hit you up on IG. So now he's going through a funnel system in which I always preach about, you know, going to IG or whatever, or going to the number if you don't have an IG setup or whatever about yourself. He did it after doing the hard close. I would have taken her to the IG, went for a soft close and then a hard close. And then that's when you would have probably gotten a more enthusiastic response in regards to her agreeing to go out on a bowling date with you. And you're not making her invest much. You're saying, oh, do you like bowling? Bet I'll hit you up on IG. You should have been like, oh, yo, hit me up on IG. So overall, to give this a rating, I would say probably a 4 out of 10. Not the best. A lot of stuff is wrong with this sort of interaction, but if a girl's high enough interest, then it potentially could work out. But let's move on. So before we move on to the next text, have you guys ever set up a situation, maybe you're having a business meeting and you can't get it up, you're having some dysfunction, you're having some anxiety, and overall you just wish there was something that can help you out with that? Well, today's sponsor, Blue Chew, which is right here, will help you do just that. Blue Chew is a service that helps men get access to affordable tablets that will help you be stronger and harder, if you know what I mean. Personally, I've been using the Blue Chew service for nearly 3.5 years now, and I can tell you it definitely works. Now, the best part about Blue Chew is that it requires no in-person doctor's visits, and the process is all done online. It's a chewable tablet that can be taken with no hard to swallow pills, and it can be taken discreetly. In fact, I'm about to take one right now because tonight might be getting a little busy. Tastes good too. Not to mention, it's a lot cheaper than just regular Viagra or Cialis. You see, my go-to is Tadalafil because it stays in your system a little bit longer. However, if you want to try Sildenafil, try that out. Also, they got Vardenafil now. So you have multiple options you can choose from. You would choose something that fits your needs and what you're trying to accomplish. So as you see, the process is fairly easy. You just open the pack, you chew it, then you do it. So if you're ready to take your bedroom game to the next level, use my link down below and use code Dunham for your first month of Blue Chew free. Trust me, you're not gonna regret it, man. You will never go back after using Blue Chew. So check it out, link will be down below. All right, next, I believe this is Tinder. He said, hey trouble. She said, hey cutie. All right, so obviously high attraction. I see you started off with a pretty popular line right there, the hey trouble. I feel like that's been used quite a bit over the past few years, but I guess it still works. He said, you on IG? I'm hardly on here, but I like your style. Okay, interesting. She said, she gave the IG. He said, cool, followed you. We should go out for a drink sometime and see if we vibe. All right, so this, once again, is wrong too. Even though the attraction is high, no comfort has been built, no interaction has been made. You literally said, hey, I like your style, let's go out for drinks, right? 3 messages. She said, yeah, for sure, I will be down for that. What's your schedule like this week? I don't know how my work schedule comes when it wants. All right, so yeah, I think with her, it could work because the attraction is just so high for her, given that the hey cutie and the emoji and stuff like this, but any other girl probably would not have worked. And she gave you her IG, and then you followed her, and then you didn't use that to like leverage any social proof or message her through IG. You instead decided to keep using the dating app to set up the date. So in which case, why did you get her IG? Just so you can follow her and validate her? No, for me at least, I'm not sure if you guys follow the same rules. I understand some of us aren't on the same value terms, but a girl has to earn my follow. So if a girl hasn't agreed to go out on a date with me, if a girl hasn't gone out on a date with me at all, I don't follow her on social media. And you followed her on social media, validated her, and then you asked her on the date. So even though she said, yeah, for sure, I'll be down for that, I do believe there's a better way you could have approached it by following more of a funnel, getting a little bit more investment and not closing too soon. But like I said, some girls it could definitely work out for. And keep in mind that the guys who send me these messages, I feel like most of them sent me the messages that worked out for them, but they purposely avoided sending messages to where they didn't close or they failed. So keep that in mind as I'm reading this up too. A lot of guys are sending me stuff that worked out for them. She said, I don't know how my work schedule comes when it wants. All right, I'm not sure about that. Usually work schedules come like pretty in advance. Like, how do you not know when you're working for the week, right? That makes no sense. Instead of asking her for her schedule, I would have given my availability based on 2 days out of the week and then see if she falls in line either of those 2 days out the week. I'm free Tuesday or Thursday. Do any of those days work for you? Instead of saying, what's your schedule like for the week? A lot of girls don't know, they don't want to check, they don't even know like what they're doing tomorrow. So if I had to give that a rating, I would rate that probably about the same, a 4 out of 10. Like not the best, a bit unorganized, a bit too fast paced. Even though for this particular girl, it could work, but I guarantee you, if he was to do this for 10 of his matches, 9 of them would not work out. Probably even 10 out of 10 on most cases, all right? So let's move on. All right, next one, this is Hinge. He says, seem like you've been running into the wrong men. She said, probably. He then said, you need to start switching things up and not fall for the ain't shit ones, LOL. All right, so I like this opener because it's probably given base into one of her prompts or something, how she's triggered by men is what I'm assuming. And she did also like his picture. I can tell this is on Hinge. And yeah, it's not bad, not a bad opener. Let's see how it goes on. She said, I will try my very best. LOL, where do you work? You be up mad late. All right, so good observational awareness. It's little things I noticed, like observational awareness, the fact that she messaged at 4 a.m. and he's noticing that. So he's calling her out on it, essentially. LMAO, I work at a Latin event center as a bottle server. Oh, I can tell this chick bad. I can't see her face, but I can tell this shit bad. When bottle servers or bartenders, waitresses, I'll keep it real. I wouldn't cuff them, but they do tend to be the most attractive women for some reason. And if I can gather a list of the most attractive women that I've been with, it's always like the bartenders, bottle girls, all the red flags, unfortunately, man. It's like the good girls, they're cool too. And of course, you know, we'll cuff the good girls, but I'm not saying that bottle girls can't be good girls, but usually bottle girls and women who have jobs based on their looks, especially in nightlife, tend to be correlated with certain personality traits and or red flags on a majority basis in my experience. So could be dependent and different based on the girl. But moving on, okay, that makes sense, LOL, but seems like I miss you while you was in Orlando. Okay, so he's in my city. Yeah, this guy's actually on my Patreon actually. Oh yeah, I guess so. Do you ever come to Tampa? All right, this is the worst, whenever you meet a girl who may be down or whatever, and then they're just in town visiting or you caught them at the wrong time. This seems like one of these cases. But overall, if I had to rate the interaction is not bad at all. I see no problem with anything going on here. Yeah, I actually will be there next week. We should hang out. Why are you coming here? Just for fun? I have a friend there that's throwing a Halloween party this Saturday. Okay, yeah, we can try and do something while you're here. What's your number? I'll hit you up and get something when we're closer. Bam. All right, so it worked out. And once again, I feel like guys are sending me a lot of cases and stuff in which it worked out for them, not necessarily fails or them being left on red or negative reactions. So for this particular woman, just sending the number and then coming back in town, yeah, essentially could work out. But for me, I would have sent her to my Instagram, so that way I can kind of nurture her over the course of a week or a few weeks and kind of demonstrate higher value about myself so that when I'm in town, she's more likely to meet up. Because a lot of these situations, and you guys have probably experienced the same, where a girl gives you her number, but you know, nothing ever arises from it. You actually don't end up meeting up. You're still just a dude from Hinge or whatever. So that's why, once again, following a funnel system tends to work out best for me. And I actually broke down my whole entire funnel on Patreon. So if you guys want to see that, I'll leave a link down below too. All right, so just to rate this interaction, nothing negative about it. I wouldn't have suggested a hangout through the app. I would have nurtured her through Instagram. So I'm gonna have to say 7 out of 10, not too bad. Not average, not below average either. Moving on, we got one more, guys. This one is on Bumble. He asks, what does SJ stand for? And she says, stands for having 2 first names, but you can call me Joanna. that was a bit of a clapback, if you will. The girl was so nice they named her twice. Are you local? You don't seem like a Vegas girl. I like that one, man. The girl's so nice they named her twice. That was clever, that was witty. Haha, I'm from Miami, but now I'm curious, what does a Vegas girl seem like? All right, so this guy's in Vegas. this girl is from Miami. She was traveling into Vegas, so he caught her as a tourist. And whenever you live in a tourist city and you use dating apps, I can assure you that this will happen a ton of times. You'll catch girls, they're in and out, as we saw in the last example, or maybe they're just visiting, so on and so forth. I meant to say your profile doesn't seem like a Vegas girl. They always have a photo on the Strip, Chandler Bay, Day Club, or Mount Charleston. What made you move out here to the desert? She said, I'm just traveling. I can't live here and there are no beaches, but I'm going to delete this app, not really liking it. Oh, so she's saying like, yo, you better move me fast, otherwise we ain't gonna meet up. And another thing is girls who travel and use dating apps whilst traveling tend to be in the DTF category. Otherwise, why would they be on a dating app knowing that it's gonna be a temporary encounter? So for this, I would try to move very quickly, all right? Then he said, well, if you like me, let's exchange numbers. Mine is blank, what's yours? And then she sent the number. Bam, all right, so that was a relatively easy close. In regards to his game, I can tell this guy is a bit intellectual, given the way he's phrasing sentences, how witty he is. The girl's so nice they named her twice, and him kind of explaining more stuff about himself. But overall, it's not a bad interaction. I think these last two were better examples of interactions that I've noticed so far through dating apps. But once again, you guys are sending me the good stuff, right? I should have told you guys to send me some negative stuff, right? You guys aren't gonna show that. You guys are gonna keep that one to yourselves, because I've seen some wild stuff, man. Some wild stuff, bro. Like I've met guys in person to where they're asking me advice for dating apps, and I don't tell them this, but I kind of see their messages, and I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Like this is crazy. All right, so a lot of you guys do need to work on your game. And those were some good examples. If I had to rate the last one, I would say I was about an 8 out of 10, right? He moved her through fast. She got off the app, got the number, in and out. And then from there, it depends on how he's gonna actually set that up. All right, so if you want more videos like this or breakdowns, including my own personal text, don't forget to check out the Patreon. Also, don't forget to check out Blue Chew. Link will be down below. Code Dunham if you're trying to get in those business meetings in the most 1000% Hulk mode possible. Subscribe, like, I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Peace.